This is the Caltech IT Microsoft Dynamics CRM 4.0 introductory demonstration to the web client. Now what I'm going to do in this short demonstration is take you through the key steps in Microsoft CRM, and those are putting in new information, finding information within the system, working and managing that information and data across the whole team, and then finally what we can actually do with that information in terms of reports and taking that information out to Excel, for example. So the first step in this is some navigation around where we are. We're looking at our current list of accounts here because I'm looking at my active accounts as the view. I can change that and I can look at accounts with no orders in the last 6 months, no campaign activities in the last 3 months, or whatever view I want to set up. So it might be actually just my local accounts within 20 miles, or whatever I put in the parameters I can have as my view. I've also got a series of buttons up here, and these things will let me, for example, run a mail merge to Word, run an export to Excel, run some reports, merge, email, lots of just quick shortcut buttons. If I want to navigate around, I can do quick searches up here. I can also use the alphabet down here to find my accounts and contacts very quickly. If we come back out of that, back into our list of accounts, I can also use the advanced find to actually specify particular information to find an account or a contact or anything else in the system, and I'll show you that in a bit as well. What we have in Microsoft CRM is a completely relational database, which means you can have accounts and contacts and anything else which is an entity in that sense that can be related to one and the other. So at the moment we can relate accounts to contacts, and we can have a contact that exists as a standalone person or is linked to a particular account as well. As well as that, we can, for example, create a project entity, and within that we'd have all the steps of the project linked back to the key players from our side and from their side. And even we could put a training course into Microsoft CRM which was not only linked to accounts and contacts but also linked to students and lecturers and venues. So anything that we create in the system can be related to one another. The first thing to do in CRM is to go through to your activity list as we start 9 o'clock in the morning, and this gives me everything that I've got upcoming, whether it be part of a campaign, a phone call, an appointment, and I can drill down to say actually just give me my phone calls, and just give me those phone calls tomorrow, for example. It might be that I want to see completed phone calls, and again we've got these views popping up, so I could also look at my appointments or my tasks. And because these views can be saved from anywhere in the system, we can also look at, for example, my colleagues' appointments or my colleagues' phone calls, or look across the whole team at their appointments as well. So lots of flexibility in what we're going to look at, and also very quick and easy to shortcut to that. If you want to go into one of our accounts, let's go into A1 Insurance, for example. This is where we'll find all the information that we've got that's relevant to A1 Insurance. And within this one folder here, this one field, we've got absolutely everything that we've got stored about that particular client, contact, account, partner, whatever you want to call them. And we've got the flexibility as well to scale that right down to individual fields that we need. So we can choose exactly what information we store by the fields that we choose, by the drop downs we have on there, by the mandatory fields that we select as well to make sure that information is put in. And we can use yes/no buttons, for example, on telephone preference service, or we could build whole new tabs to say exactly what are their interests, again with a series of yes and no buttons. So it's very easy for telesales people or anyone else in the business to go through and actually input very quickly what people's key interests are. We can then set how they like to be contacted with allow or do not allow for all these kind of different contact methods. So what we get is not only the information in terms of the data we want to store about them, we've got all the contacts relevant to them as well. We've got all the pending opportunities, quotations, orders, etc. Any relevant cases that are outstanding, what marketing lists, what campaigns they're involved in, and even in our new project entity, what projects we've got going on with them as well. We can then work from within this account. So yes, we can send emails, we can run reports on products they've bought, summaries, overviews, and we can use things like the Microsoft Form Assistant to actually enter information. So how easy it is to put information to CRM? Well, let's have a look. If we want to add a new phone call, let's give it a title. Let's set it for Friday. Let's give it a time. It's assigned to me already because I'm the user. And then we can click Save. So that's a phone call scheduled in CRM. And let's go into the activities to have a look where that is. There's our account management call coming up at the end of the week. So we'll see in the Outlook client demonstration how easy it is to put emails into CRM, but you can see there to put a phone call in, to put an appointment in, it's just a matter of clicking 2 or 3 buttons. Let's come back out of that. So once we've navigated around the system, we've found where we want to be and we've entered that key information. We might want to go and have a look at actually how we work and use that information. So it could be that we then delve down into the sales, the marketing, service areas of the system to set up things like opportunities, to run marketing campaigns on those lists, on those accounts that we've got. And there are separate demonstrations to see exactly how we go through doing those. But this is more about actually working with the basics of CRM and looking at how it would incorporate into the business at level 1. So let's have a look at that advanced finder we talked about. This is where we can build up groups of information within CRM, and not only lists of accounts and lists of contacts, but almost anything in the system. So it could be we're looking for an individual email message, or we're looking for an opportunity. But in this case, let's go through and let's look for an account. And this is going to be a multiple string search where I want the owner to be me. That's already set up. And I want them just to be based in the city of Barnsley. And I can keep building that string up as well. Not only could I build it on accounts, I could actually go down and use information from different entities in the system. So I could use personal information from their own contact record if I wanted to, or opportunity record, or anything like that at all. There's our contact there, for example. Let's run a file on that and see what we get back. Let's give us a number of accounts there that are all based in Barnsley. And we can actually just start working with them then and there. So it could be that we grab those, schedule a campaign, and schedule some calls. Or it could be that we actually take that straight out into Excel. And you'll see we've got the option here to make this data available for re-import. We could do that if we wanted to. Which means we can send it off to a telemarketing company and have them work on that data, manage it, update it. And then once that's done, just bring it straight back into CRM. So they never need to go into CRM to actually work and manage your data. So you see we've brought that out. We'd choose the columns, we'd choose the fields that we were exporting. And so nice things to get data out from both a list point of view and also a report point of view as well. So once we've got that advanced find, whatever that delivers to us, we can get out into Excel, or we can get out into a PDF and an email, or whatever we need to do to get that across to people. So finally in CRM we can also look at calendars. We can look at a day calendar, a week, a month. And what we can do with that is enter appointments, enter phone calls, have them sent straight back out to Outlook, so they're synchronizing both with the Outlook calendar, any devices you've got as well linked to Outlook, such as PDAs or Windows mobiles. So you get this fluidity across the whole system of information sharing. So in terms of summarizing what we've just seen, we've seen entering phone calls, appointments into CRM and how easy it is in just a few clicks. We've also seen how we can search within the system for any accounts or contacts or any other information that we want. We've also got reports wizards. We've got the Excel integration that we saw previously as well, in terms of once we've got that information, what do we do with it, how do we manage it, how do we report on it. So what you get with Microsoft CRM above and beyond all of the CRM on the market is that it sits entirely within the Microsoft suite, Outlook, Excel, Office, so that you can mail merge, you can export to Excel, you can work within Outlook, and so trading time is reduced because it's all Microsoft technology, and it's already used in the majority of businesses across the world.